Today I'm doing a long overdue demonstration of art resin. I'm going to start first by showing some of these pieces that I upcycled from another bracelet and casted in a mold using art resin. The reason why art resin is so clear is the new formula contains a chemical called hindered amine light stabilizers, or HALS. And also, David and Rebecca of Art Resin worked really hard and really closely with chemists in Texas to develop this formula, as well as scaling back on some of the accelerants to cure resin, which coincidentally contain yellow colorants. So that's another part of the reason why it's so clear. And if you look at my blog post, I have a picture showing the resin that I typically use, which is Alumilite, next to the art resin, and it's undeniable the difference in clarity. I mean, when I pulled out the art resin from the box, I was shocked because it almost looked like I was looking at 2 bottles of water. So it's an excellent product and I'm really happy with it. So I'm going to be showing some things that I've made with it. I'm also going to be doing a demonstration using art resin on a cell phone case, and as well as with a pocket watch. I've made this bracelet. I just wanted to show it to get some different angles. You can see it's very clear. The next thing I wanted to talk about is using art resin as an adhesive. All epoxy resins are superior adhesives. They actually use them in airplanes and boats and things like that. They were developed for that use until somebody saw the potential in them and decided to use them, try to use them for creative applications. So these are some of the things that I've made using art resin, not only as an adhesive but as a sealant too. I have this double-sided cosmetic mirror that I made using amethyst that my husband mined for me from this rock. I made this bracelet also using art resin to adhere these amethysts, but because you'll be opening and closing the bracelet often, I use JB Weld to adhere the whole piece to the bracelet. But otherwise, whenever possible, I use art resin as an adhesive, unless it's going to ruin my project. So these are just a few of the things I've made, and art resin is like I said, no exception to the rule. It's a great adhesive, a great polish, sealant, makes everything very shiny and pretty. These are some other things that I've made with art resin. These spoon pendants. I thought they turned out really good. They're very clear and shiny. Thought that this would be a good opportunity to point out also that once art resin is fully cured, it's food safe, and I'll post the link to the FDA page citing that in the description, so you can check that out, which I think that's great for a lot of crafters. Gives more opportunity for more things that we can make with art resin. Here's some of the pocket watches that I've made using art resin. I thought they turned out really good. They're some of my favorite things to make, but they're also the most difficult because you really have to be cautious of what you're putting in there because it's so dark and there's so many shadows that it kind of takes away from the design. So that's another great advantage of art resin, is the clarity of it. I've had many pocket watches not turn out very well because of that reason. So I'm really glad for that. But these all turned out really nice. Here are some other odds and ends that I made using art resin. Some Harry Potter magnets that I used from Forever Stamps, and a necklace that I used using also the postage stamps. I thought this one turned out really cool because it looks kind of like the gears are moving inside of the magnifying glass. And this one's made with real butterfly wings. So those are all the things that I've made using art resin. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch my video. If you want more information, go to the links in the description. I have posts for my Instagram, Pinterest, blog, and also the other links that I've mentioned to FDA citations, and also the Art Resin website has great frequently asked questions and a lot of great resources. So thanks again for watching. Take care. Bye.